It's good afternoon, Tony Frost. Thank you for joining us at Yellow Shelf, Tony.
Joanna, thank you very much for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Congratulations. I have a copy of your new, very hot off the press book, The Professional. Congratulations. Tell us all about the book. What do we need to know about your new book?
Yes, well, Joanna, this is the ultimate career guide for professionals, and by professionals, I include lawyers and accountants, but I include engineers, architects, management consultants. Basically, most young people these days. It's not really directed at tradies, so to speak, but a wide group of professionals. This book now it's a career guide to take you through from early stages to later in your career. Um, it, it deals with what's happening in the world today in professional services and some of the big challenges to do with ones we've always had for years, such as increased client demands and complexity, but then remote work because of COVID, and the big one, artificial intelligence. Yep. So the first part of the book explains all those sort of things going on in the world, and the second part, the playbook, has a bespoke, unique five-factor model to help young professionals progress through their career with a special focus, but not only on artificial intelligence.
And Tony, I've read the book. I did share with you my former career in corporate in HR, so a lot of this resonates with me. This is really a book for anyone in corporate, really, and
Yeah. Yes.
it's definitely it was a read for me about potential emerging through our career success and that idea of what the future will look like and how we kind of need to morph or develop into that space. Tell us a little bit about why you wrote the book and what inspired you, and anything about your background that we might be curious to learn, Tony.
Yes. Well, thanks, Jonah. I had a first 34-year career as a tax lawyer and chartered accountant, and eventually got sick of filling in timesheets in 6 minute increment intervals.
Yeah.
And I thought, Lord, I want to keep working. So I went back to university. I did a Master of Science in Coaching Psychology. And about 7 years ago, I started the book 7 years ago. And the reason I started to write the book were two reasons. First of all, to help with my relevance deprivation syndrome, which was kicking in when I stopped being a big end of town professional. But secondly, and most importantly, to help me with my professional service masterclasses. So the idea of the book is I'm going around town on places like fantastic Yellow Shelf to promote my book, to try and get people to come to my website, which we'll talk about later, to try and get people to enroll for my professional masterclasses, where I'll be helping young professionals to learn the tricks of the trade, things they still don't teach you in business school, and sadly, it's things they still don't teach you in professional service firms or in-house as quickly as they should. So I'm here to teach people how to get ahead in their careers, and the book is essentially the pre-reading, and the masterclasses go well beyond the book, but it's the foundation for my masterclasses.
Yeah, and definitely the book complements your work. I see you're basically a leadership consultant. You do extensive coaching and mentoring, and very significant present on LinkedIn. And your website. Do you want to tell us about, if we're curious about the book, The Professional,
Yes.
or we're curious to connect with you,
Yes.
I'll put this in the show notes. How is the best way to connect with you and the book?
Sure. So frostleadership.com.au is my website, and you can email me at tony@frostleadership.com.au. And of course, obviously, there's a link to the book. You can buy the book via my website. It links to Amazon. You can download a free chapter. You can download chapter 2, which is The Robots Are Coming, sort of, for free, to see if you want to have a bit of a sneak peek before you buy it. And of course, go into bookstores. So I love bookstores. I did a book signing on Saturday, just gone, Joanna. So I went to a local bookstore and in a shopping centre and hawked my book. I love bookstores. So but you can buy it in most good bookstores, not just Dymocks. You can buy it at Berkela and the bookstores around Australia and indeed internationally. So Wiley contacted me via New York. So Wiley in New York first found my book, my manuscript, and they said, "Hey, wow, we'd like to sell this to lawyers and accountants in Manhattan." So eventually, Wiley in Melbourne said, "Oh, we better publish this." So this book is a global book. I'm an Australian author. You can tell from the accent, but this book is for the professionals of the world. frostleadership.com.au.
Tony, I'll put all those links in the show notes to make it easy. Enjoy all these book signings. I'm following you on LinkedIn, so I know what you're up to. Tony, is there any more books? Am I going to be cheeky enough to ask? Did you like the process of writing? What was that like? Would you write again?
Well, yes. Well, to answer the last question, yes, I've already got a second book in my head. This book is
Oh,
large. Yeah, I've got enough material for a second book. But Joanna, remember, I was a tax lawyer in my first career. I love words. I love writing. And my biggest problem, Joanna, was being able to write concisely. And my editor and I, we took a lot of stuff. I love writing. I never have writer's block. I just sit down. I have so many ideas. Writing comes naturally. I love it. And there will be a second book down the track.
oh, awesome. Well, I do the cheeky ask, Tony, because I would love you to come back when the time's right and we can talk about the next book. Tony, best of luck with the professionals and thanks for joining us at Yellow Shelf.
Okay, thank you, Joanna. It was great to be here. Thank you indeed.
Cheers.